Before we start off today's videos, I want to thank all the members who are supporting the Multiverse movies financially: Pedro Bonilla, Rhea, Lit Alex, the CJH, Daniel Martin, Strange Marvel Theories, BK Dan, and Myself in Comics. Thank you for supporting us financially, and if you want to support us financially, there's a join button near the subscribe button, and it is only 99 cents a month. If you help support us, you get a shout out at the beginning of every one of my videos. Now, let's continue on the video. So there was a brand new trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp QUANTUMANIA, and man, we're going to talk about it here on the channel today. And let me just get straight into it. Kang looks badass. Jonathan Majors, this is going to be a year where everyone's going to see him as the villain. First of all, he's going to be Kang the Conqueror, not just for now, but for obviously Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. And he's going to be kicking Michael B. Jordan's ass in Creed 3. So we know definitely that kids growing up right now, 10 years from now, they're going to be thinking of Jonathan Majors as the ultimate villain. Just the same. How much do you think Judge Brolin? Do you think Judge Brolin is just like walking and then he's like talking with somebody and some kid recognizes his voice and he's like, oh, it's Thanos? Like, do you think kids are like that? I feel like I would be like that as a kid. But no, realistically, this trailer was really awesome. Jonathan Majors as Kang was badass. He was ruthless. That moment at the end of the trailer where he's clearly kicking Ant-Man's ass, I love that scene. It looks like it's going to be an emotional movie, of course. What I like about the trailer is that it indicates that this movie is going to be simple, yet it's going to go wacky at the same time. And what I mean by that is that it's going to start off as a simple premise of a father wanting to be there for his daughter. Of course, Scott has had issues with Cassie. Of course, when she was younger, you saw this in the first two movies, he wasn't able to really be there in her life as much as he wanted to, obviously because it was a divorce. He didn't have full custody of her. And now 5 years have passed. He basically lost a lot of her childhood. Now it's like, it's complicated. Like, how do you deal with having a daughter that you've really not have had much time with, and you're dealing with the fact that she's not a kid anymore? Now imagine having like a daughter that's, how old was Cassie? Like under like 8, 10, somewhere around there, and now she's like a full grown teenager about to be an adult. Like, how do you even comprehend that? Like, it almost feels like it's two different people, because yes, it's two different people. She got recasted. I'm just kidding. But no, even that scene in Endgame when Cassie is hugging Scott, that was honestly one of the most emotional scenes in the movie. Like, that scene nearly got to me when I was watching the movie. And it was a beautiful scene, but also tragic. And I like that this movie is going to play more into that, you know. But at the same time, it is going wacky in the sense that they're introducing Kang, they're introducing MODOK, we'll talk about him in a bit, but they're introducing everything, and they're just going full throttle on Multiverse is coming. There's going to be variants. You saw multiple Scott Langs. You saw there's a cool scene where you have like two Scott Lang. My assumption to what that scene is, it's Kang kind of being like, I can create new timelines. I can create this. I can create whatever. He's basically, Kang is that powerful in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm so excited because this isn't going to be the only time we see Kang. And just going based on this trailer, I'm so excited. You know, I know we saw him in Loki as the One Who Remains, but we didn't get to see all that much of him. But MODOK, let me talk about MODOK. Now, I know everyone's going to be like, oh, the design's horrible. He looks like Mr. Electric from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It's like, who freaking cares? MODOK is one of the stupidest designs in all comic book history. The fact that people are calling it stupid, to me, is a compliment. To me, that when you look at MODOK, you should be thinking, this is really stupid. That is MODOK. Like, people are like, oh, he doesn't look comic accurate. It's like, bro, you're never going to get a comic accurate MODOK. You never are. Sorry, that just looks impossible. You know? And I'm completely fine with it. To me, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. Because it actually looks like a MODOK. It looks cool. It looks great. And then you saw like an armored version where he had S.H.I.E.L.D. in front of him. That version looked cool. It looked badass. And I think MODOK looks badass. Now, I don't think he's going to be in this movie that much. But I do also like that they had, because now it's confirmed it's Corey Stoll. Of course, he played Yellow Jacket in the first movie. And that's really interesting. I do like that. And I know that's changing from the comics. But at the end of the day, that makes it more personal. That means this guy has some personal vendetta against Scott Lang. He put him in the quantum realm, as you saw in the end of the first Ant-Man movie. He put him in the quantum realm. He made him deformed. Now he has a giant ass head with tiny ass legs and arms. It's like, bro, I'd be pissed. It's almost like they're trying to get us to root for MODOK. But I thought the design looked cool. I know we live in this weird time where people like to complain about comic accuracy, but it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Y'all like the X-Men movies. They didn't even wear the comic book accurate suits. It's like the two of the most popular comic book movies of all time are Avengers Civil War and X-Men Days of Future Past. Both of them are completely different from their comic counterparts, but yet you guys love those movies. So shush, y'all's opinion doesn't matter anymore. The CGI in the trailer look good. Look, I'm not one of those people that complains about CGI. Like, I always get these motherfuckers being like, oh, I prefer practical. Practical is cinema. But it's like, bro, shut up. Half the time you don't even know. And also, how are you going to make practical quantum realm? Like, how the heck are you going to make that world practical? It's like, bro, who cares? As long as we get a good movie and looks slightly good, who fucking cares, bro? Who cares? Like, seriously, come on. Come on. And this is coming from a lot of the same people who were like, Avatar's overrated. It's like, bro, y'all don't actually care about CGI. But no, if I'm to say the VFX looks good, the CGI looks good. It doesn't look like amazing, but it looks alright, you know. But I'll just say this on this channel, I think only like once every like year I'll complain about like one CGI effect. Even She-Hulk, who cares? I knew they weren't going to be able to perfect a giant green woman, but like, who fucking cares? You know, at the end of the day, who cares? Just give me a good movie. But no, the trailer looked good. The scenes look good. Everything looks good. I know everyone's predicting that Scott's going to die by the end of the movie. I actually have a different theory. Now, I'm going to clarify this. I'm not the best at theories. I'm not the greatest at them, but here's my theory, and don't take this to the bank. I don't think Scott Lang will die in this movie. Now, hear me again. He will not die in this movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, directed by Payne Reed. Alright? You heard me there. I think by the end of this movie, Scott is going to sacrifice his life, not by death, but going to another universe. So I think what's going to happen is, in the movie, the mission that Kang's trying to get, he's trying to get something that will allow him to go throughout different universes so that he can conquer them, right? Because he's Kang the Conqueror. So, also I have a hair in my mouth, what the heck? But, what I think is going to happen is by the end of it, Scott, and you even hear a line in the trailer where he says, I don't have to win, we just both have to lose. He's going to do something by the end. I don't know how. But by the end of it, he's going to grab Kang. And they're going to go to another universe where Kang cannot get the technology he needs in order to, go throughout the universes. And I think that's going to be the sacrifice. Scott is going to sacrifice being on the main timeline and having to be in a completely different universe. Similar to Michael Keaton's Vulture in the post-credit scene for Morbius. Similar to that level. Where it's a sacrifice. He's leaving everything he loves, but he's not dead. Now, I think at the end of the movie, there are going to be strong implications that, yes, while this Kang has been defeated, at least for now, he's still going to be a part of the future. He's still going to do something else. Like, he's still going to be involved in the MCU. However, one thing we will find out is by the end of it, there's going to be other Kang variants already on their way. And I think that's the prophecy that Loki was trying to set up. And Loki, the one who remains, explains that when all these Kangs had a council of Kangs, they all ended up having a giant multiversal war. I think Kang Dynasty isn't just going to be about the Avengers versus Kang. It's going to be about the Kangs against the Kangs. And eventually, we're going to get one main Kang. Now, I wonder which Kang that's going to be. But maybe this Kang we see in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, maybe this is going to be the main Kang. But we need to see some motivation. We got to see some story arc. Because I don't think they're just going to have one Kang and then eventually kill him off and then boom, we get another Kang. I feel like they want to have one main Kang, have him be the main of all the Kangs, so that way we feel more impactful with this Kang. And I feel like in Kang Dynasty, in that multiversal war that you see of the Kangs against the Kangs, I keep saying Kang a lot, but we're going to see all the Kangs. I feel like it's going to be kind of like Thanos, where while yes, Thanos did something shitty, at the end of the day, you still understood where Thanos was coming from. And you're going to see that with Kang. You're going to see some emotional vulnerability by Kang. And I think that's cool. I think that's really what they're trying to do with this Kang specifically. They're going to show you him losing at the end. So that way, when we see him in Kang Dynasty, you feel almost more in love with him because you saw him lose. but now you get to see him win. Similar to Thanos. Remember in the first movie, he sent Loki and the Chitauri army. They failed, and then years later, we saw him make a comeback, you know? And that's what I think the movie's going to be like. And I think Scott will die in Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars. I actually think what's going to happen is this king somehow finds a way to multiversal travel in Kang Dynasty. Scott's going to find out. Scott is able to go back to the 616. And the first thing he does is go to the Avengers campus or whatever. Assemble the Avengers or the ones that exist. Because right now the MCU does not have Avengers. They just have random superheroes everywhere. He's going to get Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Miss Marvel, whoever's out there. And he's going to tell them, there's this guy named Kang. He's going to be the experienced one. And then you'll see Strange and Wong researching, finding out. Then we're going to find out that the bands from Miss Marvel that Kamala Khan had, those were something that Kang created. The rings from Shang-Chi, those were something Kang created. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because the bands, if you saw in the show, when Miss Marvel was able to time travel, that had something to do with time. She time traveled. She saw your grandmother as a kid. Shang-Chi, those rings keep you from de-aging, so they have something to do with time, and we're going to find that out. Not only that, but they really emphasize in the trailer that those things, like, they don't know where it's not ancient, it's not alien, so where is it? Kang. And I like that. And I don't think Loki will show up in Kang Dynasty. I think Loki will show up in Secret Wars. I think actually the post-credit scene for Kang Dynasty could possibly be Loki going throughout the multiverses, and Loki, I think because Loki's really the main center of this multiversal event. And I feel like Loki's gonna be the one that connects all these other variants, like the Hugh Jackman Wolverine, all this, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and get them all to come together. And I think that's gonna be by the end of Secret Wars. Now, Scott Lang, I think will die in the first one. I feel like in Kang Dynasty, he's gonna be the one that tells everyone about Kang coming, and Kang coming for the 616. And I think he's going to fight. You're going to have, because you already have this setup with Ant-Man and the Wasp QUANTUMANIA. I feel by the time we get to Kang Dynasty, or Secret Wars, whichever, you're going to have this big setup of Scott has already fought this guy. So what does he do now this time around? He's probably going to feel some trauma. He's going to feel something. And eventually, he's going to sacrifice himself to allow the Avengers to do whatever. And I feel like that's my theory. But I'm excited for this movie. I cannot wait. I think there's going to be some strong implications. I could be wrong about my theory. If I'm wrong, I know people are going to come back to this video when the movie comes out on February 24th and say, bro, Isaac, you have some shitty predictions. But if I'm right, I got to say I called it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. You guys let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about this? Do you agree, disagree? Whatever it is, let us know in the comment section down below. And I'll see y'all on the next one.
Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it? That thing you do. Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Cinderella, I think I'll find your glass slipper, baby.